Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Do me a favor, follow, like, shares, and subscribe to The Max Clark Show on Facebook and Instagram at The Max Clark Show. Also, go to my YouTube channel, The Max Clark Show 747, The Max Clark Show 747, and subscribe. Tell a friend. So, I'm just gonna hop right into it. So I was about to go to my butcher shop. About to go to my butcher shop and grab a little meat so I can throw something on and have it ready by the time my family gets home. And I got in the car and I'm like, oh man, how long is it gonna take me to get to my particular butcher shop? So I thought about it. Hey, wait a minute, you know what? This is black butcher shop, black owned butcher shop over by where I grew up at. Let me go over there. Let me, patronize their business. Because we should shop black owned. We need to do that more. Get the dollar circulating the best way we can. And I know it's hard to find these black owned businesses, and when you do find one, it's miles away from where you stay. But we have to put in that effort, right? Just like we put in the effort to go to everybody else's place of business and give them our money, we need to do the same thing for our people. So with that being said, I said, okay, you know what? I'm looking at the time. Let me see how long it's going to take for me to get there. So this black-owned butcher shop is about 8.2 miles away from my house. 8.2 miles, right? Now, in 26 minutes. 26 minutes. Hey, you know what? I'm willing to make that ride, on the other side of town to get on my business. And I've been hearing great things about it. All right. So I started out with that story so I can, and the distance and the time it takes me to get from my home to the butcher shop. I use that story so I can segue into a story that the media is putting out about the funeral procession of Nipsey Hussle. All right, Nipsey Hussle had a 25 mile funeral procession. Right, it was a beautiful homegoing service and a 25-mile funeral procession. You know what? He deserved it. Peace. So the media puts this story out that says, so many people were shot and one was killed at the Nipsey Hussle funeral procession, right? Now, black folks, we already know that, we can only stay in the same room with each other for so long before, something's about to go down. We fighting, we arguing, we shooting, it just being objective about things. That's how things go, It's not like that all the time. Okay, so don't get it twisted. It's not like that all the time. So they said, hey, so many people shot, one person killed during the funeral procession, but that's just a trick. Because we know how our people are, because we know, how we get once we, once we're all together, we say, oh, wow, that's messed up. See, man, black people can't have nothing. You can't even do nothing. Man, this brother dead and they shooting and killing each other. That's the first thing you would think. But that's what the media is there for, okay? Is to make you think what they want you to think and the rest of the world to think around you about people who classify themselves as black. Okay, I'm talking about us. I'm talking about black folks. And you know, the media does that about people of all backgrounds and things like that. But I'm talking about us. And they put that story out. Mainstream media put that story out. But once you put a little research into it, you find out that those shootings and that killing was 7 miles away from the procession. 7 miles. Okay? And that's why I talked about the story of me going to this black-owned butcher shop, because it's 8.2 miles away, right? 8.2 miles away from my house, and it takes 26 minutes to get there. So you can kind of use the same, distance and time and distance for this, okay? And I didn't find it amazing. I'm not surprised. As I always say, I'm surprised that you're surprised. But let's I think we as black folks need to take the time to research these stories that are being put out about us, okay? Because with a story like that, if it's not researched, then we'll continue to feel a certain way about each other, and the world around us will continue to feel a certain way about us. So the moral of the story is, when the mainstream media put out information, you have to do your own research as well, to the best of your ability, especially when it's about your people, and that goes for people of all backgrounds, because there's always an agenda. So yeah, that was my main point for posting this video. So just that word of advice goes to people who are the backgrounds who view us in a certain way, okay? Because it's all propaganda. What mainstream media put out about the Nipsey Hussle situation was propaganda against people who classify themselves as black. It's all propaganda. So just do a little research, you might learn something, right? All right, guys, I didn't want to keep you guys too long. As always, love somebody, but more importantly, love yourself. Make sure you do the research, do the proper research, do the proper footwork. It doesn't take long to find the truth on certain situations, okay? You got a mini laptop sitting in your hand. It's called the cell phone. You guys got iPhones and Androids and all this other stuff. Put it to use. All right? Peace.